Hi there, my name's Chad Nicely, and I welcome you to another episode of Entrepreneur Live. Now today, we've got probably one of the top email marketers on this show. This is somebody that I've looked up to for at least the last 5 or 6 years. Absolutely blows my mind with their out-of-the-box thinking and some of the things they do with their campaigns. So we're going to focus on email marketing today, building your list, and we've got an all-inclusive system. Just an amazing opportunity for you that can really make a difference in your business. And just to kind of give you a background, this guy, he knew that he was going to go and offer you this opportunity. So he decided to get into a niche in a marketplace that he had no idea about, didn't use his own name, went in there as a no name, and managed to build up a residual income of $25,000 a month. This is awesome. First time he's ever been on my show, and that would be Mr. Jimmy Kim. So I don't want to take any more of your time. Let's go ahead and get started because Jimmy has so much to show us, including the behind-the-scenes tour of his new autoresponder platform called Sendlane. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we have Jimmy Kim. What's happening, Jimmy?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, you awake?
I'm trying to wake up. Actually, usually I'm awake earlier, but last night I went off and saw The Avengers, the movie. So
oh, yeah.
Really yeah, so I was out till till late. It's sad, but I say 12 o'clock. I was out really late, you know.
Dude, you're in San Diego, California, right? And you're seeing The Avengers, really?
Yeah, it was an amazing movie, man. Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I think it was an amazing movie. It tied a lot of stuff together. I thought it was cool. And, of course, they pre-sell you for that next one already. And now I have to wait till 2019 or whatever it is that they're going to release the next one.
Dude, Hollywood's like some of the smartest marketers out there, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The way that they pre-sell and all that stuff. I mean, this movie and then that what was that Fast and Furious movie just broke some huge records. This movie's about to break records just as well. It's crazy how much money that's involved in that world out there.
Yeah, but I mean, we're in the launch atmosphere, right? But I mean, if you watch Hollywood, watch how they launch, right?
Oh, I know. Yeah, absolutely. They pre-launch you, they get you warmed up, they get you going, and they get you with the merchandise, they get you with all those extra stuff. You know, They always talk about how marketers are. They're like the best marketers in the world. They just sell you everything from the movie tickets. They're going to sell you the DVDs.
They have one of the greatest sales funnels of all time, right?
Oh, it is. It's the unlimited sales funnel. And then they're already pre-selling you for their next one.
Yeah.
They got Avengers 3 coming out eventually, and they're going to pre-sell you for that one as well.
Yeah, well, you know where they're good, and that's why I say they remind us of our marketplace is the damn previews. Like, I get more satisfaction out of the previews than I do the actual movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get all the good parts, right? They give you all the little good parts already up front, so you know what's coming. You still need to know what else happened, but the good parts are kind of told up front, and you're not shocked by it.
Yeah, no, I've learned a lot. Like I look at it differently when I sit down and I'm watching the previews and everything, and I'm walking to a brand new movie theater and I'm looking at all the advertisements and everything. I'm like, these guys are banking, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when you haven't been in San Diego long though, dude, because you and I go way back, and I think you were in Vegas years ago.
I've bounced around, I still grew up in Washington, D.C. area. And then it was 2011, I decided, hey, I want to go west. I just want to go for it. So, I had no tie downs. I was good to go. So I shot out west. And I lived in Vegas for a while, As you know, one of my other hobbies and kind of life passions is poker. Texas Hold'em. I play Texas Hold'em, Omaha, and all that good stuff. So I went out there because I said, hey, you know what? I know that if everything in my life were to fail, I could still always go play poker and probably do it professionally and make money doing it. Which was something I really wanted to do, and I started doing it. And then one thing I led to Las Vegas was really fun to live in, but then LA happened, and one thing happened and another, and I ended up moving to LA. And from there, I moved down to San Diego. So I've been down here in San Diego for, if I'm looking at the calendar, probably 18 months now. So
yeah,
I really enjoy it. I love the weather. I hate the taxes, but I love the weather. So
yeah, no, beautiful area, man. I love the arena and where they got all the boats and everything. That's just an awesome area right there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area out here. I cannot complain about San Diego.
Yeah. So our viewers might not be familiar with you. Like, to me, dude, you're like an old school marketer, right? Like, you might be fairly new with this marketplace, but you and your partner are like some of the most successful people I know in this business, and you've always been one that I modeled from and always looked up to and seen, what do these guys got going on? Because you guys are so out of the box with what you do, and you guys are just known to crush it, right?
Thank you, thank you. Yes, absolutely. We've been marketing. I've been personally marketing for a little over 6 years now, and we've done a lot of things. I mean, I've been able to do. We've done launches in multiple niches. We've done products, and we do our own internet marketing as well. I mean, we spend a lot of money doing advertising, media, and we've kind of played in every little vertical out there. So, we're always willing to go outside the box of the norm. So what you'll see here coming up with my sales video, coming up with my launch coming out here, is not the norm that you're going to see at JV Zoo. It's not going to be a norm, I'm going to tell you right now, but it's still going to be a very good message that's delivered, just in a much more entertaining, more captivating way, because because I've been doing this for so long as a copywriter, I know that it's very important to captivate everybody through all the levels, from the newbies to the advanced people, to the, capturing the emotionless to the emotional, and so forth. So it's more important to make sure that, we're captivating your audience to the fullest and explaining everything to the fullest as well, so that they know what they're about to come into as well.
Yeah, well, I know I'm just the talks I've had with you, I know you put a lot of work into this launch. I'm like, wow, it's going to be very interesting to see the results from this. But, dude, wasn't your background weren't you like a car salesman or something? Like, I've heard that story, right? Like, how'd you get into this?
Actually, my background's actually really fun. So when I was 16 years old, I started washing cars. I was washing cars and doing all that stuff at the local car dealership. Was never meant to be a career. Was never meant to be anything more than washing cars through the summer. One thing led to another, and by the time I was like 17, I started was a head car wash guy. I was in charge of the car wash guys, right?
Yeah.
When I turned 18, I said, hey, I want to sell some cars. So I started dabbling in car sales. So I started selling cars. So it was cool, right? And within the second month, I was the salesman of the month, right? So I was like, wow, I'm really good at this, apparently. And I just kept selling it. I was making a lot of money. I mean, imagine being like 18, 19 years old and making like $10, $12, $15,000 a month selling cars.
Yeah.
And I was life, right? So I was doing that, and I was killing myself. I was working my butt off. I eventually was able to move up the ladder, and next thing I knew, by the age of 25, I was the youngest general manager in General Motors in the nation, right? Really cool, right? I was so young. I was awesome. I was on top of the world. But, secretly, it was killing myself because I was working 60, 70 hours a week. I'm always constantly on my phone, checking email, on the phone, talking to my customers, talking to my employees, and managing 40 people. It was a nightmare. So it was when I was 27, General Motors had that whole bankruptcy thing happen, right? Like they had the bankruptcy, they had all the issues happen with Saturn, and at that point I was like, when everything went down, they turned around to me and said, hey, we want to open up a brand new dealership here. Instead, we want to open up a Kia dealership. We want to give you a partnership of the dealership to run it and to be a part owner of it. And I looked at him and I said, I don't want to do it anymore. I said, I cannot live the lifestyle that I've been sustaining here for the last X amount of years. So I said, I'll open the store, I'm leaving. So I did. I took the leap of faith. I dropped a multi-six-figure paying job, and I left, and a part ownership into a dealership, and I left. I left back when I was 27, 28, right around that. So that was 6 years ago, a little over 6 years ago. I just left. And I jumped into a thing. Now, fortunately, because of my friendships and my connections and everything, I was actually very connected to, as you mentioned, a really well-known marketer, Anik, as well. So I actually, back in 2008, before I even got into internet marketing, his company was going through some struggles financially and management. And my skill set was management, right? Like I really knew retail management, how to run a company, how to keep it successful, and how to look at for red flags. So we kind of had an exchange. I said, I'll fix your company, you teach me internet marketing. That was the exchange, right?
Yeah.
It was a good exchange, and I did. I delivered. I fixed his company for him, and he delivered and taught me internet marketing. So that was like 7, 8 years ago. We started learning there, and 6 years ago, I went off and just took it off for myself and started going with it. Anik and I are partners now in a lot of our ventures, not in this thing, but in some of our things. Like, for example, my autoresponder company, my ESP. Him and I are partners in that company. We have partnerships in other companies as well. So it's been a really fun journey. I look back and I never regretted turning around and just leaving what I had in my life just to just to try something differently. And even if I would have failed, I would have still done it. And I always knew I was a inner entrepreneur all my life. You know, when I was young, you know, I always look back at it. You know, I sold lemonade. I was the lawn mowing company servant. When I was when I was even going through college, I made and designed my own car parts, and then I sold it, but I never made it myself. I would hire some of my college friends and pay them a very little amount of money and say, hey, if you build this, I'll give you X amount of dollars per build that you make, you know? And I had a little sweatshop thing going on when I was probably in school as well. So, you know, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, it's definitely in your blood. But now you just mentioned your autoresponder company. That's kind of where we're leading up to here. Now I'm going to tell you, everybody asks me, you know, what do you think you need to have most in your business? And I always say that you need to start building a list, right? Like your list is your greatest asset. Like if there's ever a rainy day, or if for some reason, you know, a merchant account were to get shut down or something, I always have my list that I can resort to. I can always get my rent paid, whatever the case may be, right? That's like one of the few things I can say in this business, that's for sure. Would you agree?
Absolutely. You know, it doesn't matter who the marketer is. I don't care if you're the top of the game or the lowest of the game. 95% of successful marketers, internet marketers, all have a list.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah, that's not higher than that.
But you know, there's this big facade out there that you have to have this massive email list, that you got to have 50,000 people on your list. I know people that have 1,000 people on their list and absolutely crush it in this business because they know they just need to take care of that list and they just need to talk to them and build that relationship with them, right?
Yep.
You don't have to have a massive list.
You're right. That's exactly correct. You do not have to have a massive list. It helps, obviously, but that comes over time. You can't have that massive list overnight. But, you know, there's ways to fast track that, having that massive list or bigger list. It just takes time if you're willing to put the time in. You know, as you were just saying, yeah, there's great softwares out there. There's great video softwares and this software and that software. And those all can make you money and they all can do very good for your business. But really, email lists are like your core market when it comes down to it. You know, that's your like core business, right? Everybody should have one. Everybody should know why it's so important to have one, why you should utilize one, because it is. Even no matter if your merchant accounts, all your websites go down, everything goes down. As long as you have that email list, you can make money that day.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I always use the analogy that, let's say I wake up this morning and I say, hey, brand new MacBook just came out. I really want to buy that brand new MacBook. How do I make myself $1,000? Well, it's really simple. I'm going to walk over to my computer, type out a 10-minute email, hit send, and hope that the offer is converting very well. And within a couple hours, I'll have $1,000 to make my money. Now that's you know, in my level, it's a little bit easier than someone else. But let's just say, and take that back and say someone wants to buy a new iPhone, you know, $199 iPhone. That's very feasible with an email list. Very feasible with an email list. And not even much. Like maybe an email list of like 1,000 or 2,000 people max will get you enough money for an iPhone.
Yeah, but, you know, there's all this talk about, well, no, Facebook advertising is the way to go. You know, you don't do email marketing no more. When the Gmail tabs came out, email marketing became ineffective. It's still the greatest asset in our business. Like even this interview right here. Well, what do you think I'm going to do with it when I'm done? I'm going to email my list. I'm building a relationship. I'm providing value, right?
That's the funniest part. I always laugh when people are like, oh, you know, this is the best or that's the best. At the end of the day, most of the time when they're driven to a sales page or a video or even to this interview, right, they're driven by an email. You know,
right.
Yeah, there may be some that drove through Facebook or a link or viralness share, but most of the time, most of your percentage is through email, which is always the funniest thing to me. It really is, and they'll talk about all the other things and there are all the other options and everything, but the reality is email is the easiest way, the fastest way. It still delivers. As long as you have the right people, the right knowledge, and the right tools, you can absolutely still crush it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do $50,000, $75,000 months, and we'll be on the road. And this guy right here, I'm literally sending out emails from that phone right there, where my partner is, right?
Yep.
I mean, but the thing is, we also know, we know what you're going to share with our audience, that you have to provide value, right? And it's not as easy as just going out there and building a list. Like there's strategies involved, right?
There's steps involved. Of course, there's steps involved, and those steps are not that hard to do, but they do take a little bit more time than just pushing a button, right? but we give you everything that you need to do. I mean, if you know exactly what you're doing, it's not that hard. It's really a very simple-minded step. But yeah, you're right. You got to make sure you're responsible with your list and make sure that you treat your list with respect. But you can build that list very quickly with the right amount of time and the right mindset and, of course, the right tools.
So here's the thing, though. All right. One of my biggest frustrations, you mentioned that you and your partner have set up your own autoresponder. I know for a fact that you guys have dropped $250,000 into that thing at least. We've been using your autoresponder, getting amazing results. Here's the thing. You're talking to a guy that has been with Aweber, GetResponse. We've set up Interspire on like Amazon, Mandrill, SMTP. I've been with Infusion. I've been with ActiveCampaign. Every single autoresponder, iContact, Constant Contact, all of them. I'm very familiar with all of them. And I will tell you, out of all the ones I just listed, there's one that likes our business. If you're going to do any kind of affiliate marketing or JVZoo, ClickBank, anything like that, there's one that is okay with it, but they watch you closely, right? There's nobody out there that really appreciates our business. And I believe that's why you guys went and set up what you did, right?
You know, the funny story behind my company is it came out of nowhere just because basically kind of exactly like the story you had, right? We were fed up with everybody. Everybody was just pushing us over, telling us get out of here or we don't accept that anymore. We changed our terms of service, blah, blah, blah. And it was about 2 years ago now. It was actually about 19 months ago that it came to us. Basically, 3 years ago, let me back up. 3 years ago, we said, hey, you know what, screw this. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just start emailing on our own. We're going to do what you just said, STMPs and all that stuff. Well, we were very fortunate enough to run across a tech guy that really was able to help us and learn and teach us how to do it correctly, right? So within like months, we were up and mailing millions of emails a day for ourselves. And we're just excited. We're like, hey, we got this down. Great. But then like we started having marketers come to us like, hey, you guys are doing really well with this. Can you teach us? Can you do this for us? And we kind of were like, no, you know, it's really a lot of work and blah, blah, blah. And it kind of sparked the head. We said, you know what? There isn't an email company that's designed for digital marketers, for affiliate marketers especially, but digital marketers first, right? So I was like, all right, let's do it, right? So 19 months ago, and about I think the number is actually about $650,000 that we spent now. We just started to go at it. We just started to build at it, dig at it, and just drop that money into it and push at it. And what we had in the beginning of this year, we finally launched the program and we launched the site. And basically, we had a full UI that we built from the ground up, great deliverability, great team that we built around it. That we've got a team, mostly U.S.-based team that we've got all around the U.S. that's working for the company right now, and a reputation. You know, everybody who does use it is very happy. We're not kicking people off because they're affiliate marketers. If we see something that's a red flag, we send them a warning. We do what you're supposed to do. We're very personable. You know, I'll send them a warning myself as the CEO of the company. I'll send them a little private Facebook message, Skype message. Hey, you know, your messaging is a little aggressive. You're messaging this. You should fix this to make sure you deliver better. So, you know, it helps that we're a smaller company. We're not that small. We've got 13,500 plus customers already on the platform since we started. So there was a need. As soon as we released, there was a need. I mean, we've got marketers, big names, low names. I mean, we've got them all. You know, they've already started jumping over and migrating because they're fed up just like you are, Chad. And that's the interesting part.
Yeah, so I knew this was the direction you were going. I knew that you were going to be launching this whole autoresponder platform, but I didn't know the degree that you were going to go to it. I mean, I just figured that you were going to go out there and open up a monthly service and say, okay, well, now it's available to the public because you've been choosing like people like me and select people to, you know, build up the credibility of the autoresponder platform. And I know you were able to fix issues and stuff through us. And but I mean, you got this deal called Build My List coming out there, right? It includes the autoresponder platform for 90 days. So they're basically going to give your autoresponder a test run. I've been with it now for, I think, about 3 or 4 months. Been extremely happy with it. But also, that's going to include your 5-step formula that they need to have to be successful. Not just build a list, but be successful with that list with email marketing, right?
Yep, absolutely. So the reason behind Build My List, it wasn't just anything to do with my autoresponder. Build My List has been kind of a project in the back of my head. So, you know, I've been online for 6+ years and I've been working and I've been behind some of the biggest launches, but I never really put my face on things because I haven't, like, I don't know where it came from, but I got into a mindset that I'd rather be a partner or consultant to a lot of these launches. In the last 6 years, I've done over $50 million in product launches. I mean, I've been responsible for them, so it's
Right.
really cool to do, but I haven't really done it myself. And it was like, I think it was beginning of this year, I said, you know what, it's time to start branding myself, my name, and I want to really help people again. Back in 2010, 2011, I used to take on mentorship students. I used to teach them things, and then I just kind of got away from it because, well, let's face it, things happen, distractions happen, and you start moving around, and, big deals come to the table, and I kind of got away from it. But this year I decided, hey, regardless of the money, or I'm not really concerned about that, regardless of the money, I want to teach people again. I want to teach people. I want to grab mentorship students. I want to have people under my belt, and I want to see success stories again. One of my proudest moments is I always look back, and I've got students back from 2010, 2011, when I was first starting in mentorship, that have gone off to make 7 figures online.
Wow.
By listening to what I've told them to do. So I know what I'm doing, and I can teach them what to do. It's just a matter of doing it,
See, but here's what I appreciate about you guys, okay? This is what I like. Like, you guys are like 2 of the most successful people in our business, but you wouldn't know that. Like, I don't see you guys on Facebook bragging about doing $50 million in launches and this stuff and that stuff. When I see these other guys, and I actually go and just unfollow it because I just don't like that, that kind of atmosphere, that kind of ambience. But you guys are like very, very humble and conservative. And that's something I definitely appreciate,
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Thank you. We try not to. We keep our personal lives private. We do what we do. We let our actions speak for who we are, and not by going on. And we like to be humble. We like to stay humble and keep it humble. We're here and we're happy.
Cool. So, do you think we could take a look at Sendlane, your autoresponder?
Absolutely. Not a problem. Let's do a little demo here, kind of like a preview of what we have. I'm very proud of it because I built my own UI out of it, so it's really cool. It's very simple. So here, what I'll do is I'm going to show my screen here, and let's see if that shows. Let me know if that shows.
Okay, yeah, we see your screen. And there's one thing I want to point out to you before you get into this, Jimmy. This is unlike any other autoresponder I've ever seen, because something that you guys realize today with autoresponders, it's not so much a matter of just sending out a bunch of follow-up emails because somebody hits your list. Like, something that has made me very successful with one of our platforms is the fact that it's action-based. So depending on what they open or what they click determines where they're going to go in the funnel. This is something that you understand, right?
Correct. So, when we built our autoresponder, we kind of took a step back and we kind of architectured on a whiteboard and said, let's think about the things that we do in our business and things that we want in our business. That's what the key was. What we want in our business. So one of the things that he's talking about right now, Chad, you're talking about right now, is the automated series that he's talking about. So let's see if I have one open here. Let me just go ahead and...
Yeah, and I didn't mean to throw you off track, but that to me is just awesome.
You're fine. I might as well talk about it right off the bat. So, one of the things of future email marketing is, you've heard all the things. Gmail's not delivering. Email marketing's dead, blah, blah, blah. It's because no one's revolutionized the way email marketing should work. It's because no one's changed the way or the look of email marketing, which is why, in my opinion, that it doesn't work. The traditional sense of just pouring customers into your autoresponder and then just letting them get blasted and emailed over and over again, it doesn't work forever, because you got to keep them people different. There's like different ways to interact with people, right? That's the way we look at it. So Chad, you're talking about, and what your subscribers are seeing right now on my screen, is what we call the automated series. Basically, it allows people to get into my funnel, and it's action-based. So basically here you're going to see that I sent them an email, my first email, because they subscribed to the to the list. Then I'm going to wait a little bit. Then I'm going to send them a second email. Then it makes the decisions. Okay, did they open the email or did they not open the email? If they open the email, it's going to send them this email. If they open an email, did not open the email, we're going to send them this email. We can subscribe them to different lists. We can go ahead and pull them apart and send them a different list, or you can even continue to send a different list. So sometimes what I'll tell someone is, they didn't open your first email. Let's try sending them a second email. Let's try them a little bit more aggressive email. And they don't open that one. Let's try one more aggressive email. If they don't open that one, they don't want to hear from you.
Right.
You're not inboxing. One of the two is happening here. So sometimes it's not worth contacting him over and over again. And now when you're on a call list, it's really not a big deal. But when your lists start getting bigger, it's a big deal.
Yes.
It's a very big deal. So that's why, you can unsubscribe him. You can end this series. You can put them into another series. You know, the possibilities are endless when you just hit that little plus button. The possibilities are endless what you want to do. You can unsubscribe them. You can send them an email. You can even notify someone. You can notify yourself that, hey, this user did not open an email in X amount of time. What do you want to do? So
that's cool.
I allow everything to happen. But yeah, this is our basic, and we still offer the basic autoresponder series as well. You know, the basic follow-up where you're just opening them up like X amount of days and et cetera. But, you know, we go with both sides, right?
Okay.
So
yeah, very, very clean and simple. That's another thing I appreciate about it, right? I mean, but here's the thing. Here's the point that I want to make with everybody watching this interview. Jimmy is a real marketer. Like, he's been doing this stuff for years, probably sent out more emails than anybody I know. And so he knows exactly what we need. Like, there's so many platforms that have not been built by marketers that are missing the tools and the features and the usability that we need. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. So with Sendlane, we really went off and did all the things that I thought as a marketer we need. So one of the things that Chad's probably talking about is one of the things we built an landing page builder right into our system. So one of the things that everybody gets so upset about is integrations, right? You got to integrate this, you got to integrate that, you got to push together all this and that, and
yes,
et cetera, right? Everything needs to be done, and you need multiple systems. So, you know, we said, you know what? We're not into that. We're gonna make it so everything's built in together, so that you don't need to worry about it, right? So if you buy, let's for example, I'm not putting any names out there, but let's just say you use one of those third-party opt-in page builders, right?
Yeah.
You still need to get your own hosting, and you still need to get integrated. You still need to get an autoresponder, and et cetera, right? So I said, you know what? We're gonna give you that all for free today. Basically, I want to give every end user everything they need today, including a site that's already hosted by our server, that's already connected to our list, that you can put into your own autoresponder. That's already there. So what I'm showing you here on the screen is our landing page builder. Basically allows you to build whatever you want. So I'm just going to select one so that you can just kind of see the idea. So we're just going to call this test 1, 2, 3, and we're going to just open it up. So what you're seeing right here is basically the landing page. It's a tool. It's a drag and drop tool that allows you to do anything you want. So if I just want to sit here and say, welcome to the Entrepreneur Show, right?
Yeah. Entrepreneur Live. That's cool.
Live show. Yeah. So I basically allows me to drop. So if I don't like that, if I don't like this here, I can just delete it. If I don't like this whole box, I can delete it. I can change anything. I can change it to, you know, whatever you want to call it, you know. Free access today.
Yeah, but the thing is, guys, this is what I need you to understand. This guy knows, you heard him say that they drive millions of emails a day. He knows what pages convert. That's what you're seeing here. Like, I've seen other autoresponders where they try to give you templates or whatever. Those templates don't convert because they're not built by marketers, right?
That's correct. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yeah, everything we've built is basically, we took the landing pages. Basically, we went to our designer and said, "Here's the landing pages we use in our business that make us the most money. Now make us a flat template based around that, and then put it on Sendlane." That's really where all our. So if you look at all our templates here, these are all. Oops, let me go here. If we go to our templates here, all these templates are ones that we've used in our business that have made us money, from sales pages to survey pages to the flat design and so forth. We even include a thank you page so that you can even use your thank you page in our system.
Yeah, and I'm familiar with some of these designs. I've been around you guys a long time. I'm familiar with some of them. So yeah, it's awesome. So yeah. So they have this autoresponder. They have their own built-in page builder, and I see that you've integrated it with webinars.
Yes.
Which that was one of the requests I made of you. I'm like, please make it integrate with webinar, right?
Yep.
That's awesome. So now there's no longer a need for some of those third-party services. Usually I mention those names. I'm not going to do that in this interview. So there's no longer a need for those. Everything is right here included with Sendlane.
Correct. Everything is included here. What you're seeing on screen when I'm just clicking around is basically allows you to set up all your things from your SEO setting to your integration, where you can just go ahead and pick the list that you want, to your thank you link, tracking codes, any tracking from Google Analytics or retargeting codes, and of course your exit pop-ups as well. Once you're done, it's real simple. You hit publish, and it's going to throw you a link just right here that you're going to take, and you're going to just hit view page, and there you're live. 100% live. This link is going to go and access directly to the page that we just built, right? So
Okay.
our list that you built. So you're live. And
So
now,
so they don't have to have their own domain name, their own server, their SSL certificate, nothing. You handle everything for them.
nope, we do it all for you. The last thing you need to do is just send traffic. So now I'll take that right now and take that as my step to back up real quick and explain why we're showing you this and what Build My List is basically. So Build My List is basically, I kind of took a step back and said, what's the number one thing that makes me money online? And that's email marketing. I mean, that's really what Chad and I have been talking about. So I said, you know what? I know that if I built a very simple 5-step program that I know I could teach anybody who wants to learn how to make money online and build an online business with email marketing. So basically my 5-step program is very simple. I'm going to just go through it with you, Chad, just so your subscribers know what my 5 steps are, okay?
Cool.
And I'm not going to go into a detail. I'm just going to kind of say, hey, here's my 5 steps, okay? And let me just, you know what? I'm going to do this. This will even bring it.
I was hoping you were going to do that. I wasn't going to ask you, though, man. I'm like, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'm hoping he gives us something.
Let's do 2 things. First of all, Chad, I totally forgot to mention. So, Chad, I forgot we definitely need to give something away here, right? So I wanted to do something for your subscribers. I'm going to go ahead and give away copies of Build My List, but I don't want to just give them just the front-end copy like most of the people. I'm going to give them everything, okay? And I'm going to comp this on me, Chad, so don't worry. Comp it. If when you do it, I'll take good care of you too as well. So
okay, cool.
I want to make sure your subscribers are really excited about this. So what I've done is I've activated the live setup while it's running down. We've got 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and run over here to my thing, and I'm going to log in. Let me do it. And let me go ahead and log in. Okay. So what you're seeing here, you're seeing the early bird still, because I still am waiting for all my videos to get processed 100% perfectly, because I'm a perfectionist. So there's going to be some coming soon. So for example, right here, walkthrough is coming soon, because I don't want to do the walkthrough video until everything's there. But I just really wanted to focus here and show you the 5 profit machines here, the 5 steps.
Jimmy, let me ask you this. Is that your own membership site?
I built this from the ground up.
See, that's the thing with you guys, man. You guys do like everything like balls to the walls, like either go big or go home. Like I've known this about these guys. They build their own membership sites, their own video serving platforms. Like nothing out there is good enough for them, right? Like you just heard him say, I'm like a perfectionist. It has to be perfect, man. I love it, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not the normal guy. I don't want to take a normal template that you can buy. Oh, hold on. Let's go back here. Let's see what we want.
Yeah, they know what this is, man. By the way, we have to do like the official intro for this, right? This is how this goes, Jimmy, right? And this is what you got to go. You got to go, all right, it's time for the live giveaway. And then we roll into the big old music and everything. That's what I want you to do. Let's do that before we do it.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do?
You got to go like this. You got to go, you got to go, let's roll the live giveaway. Just like that.
Let's roll the live giveaway.
Okay.
There we go. Where's the drum roll? It's supposed to drum roll when I click.
All right.
There it goes. And the winner is
John Lawrence. Congratulations. So he just won a copy of Build My List, but you said you're including. You lost me on this, dude. What is he getting?
They're gonna get everything. I'm not gonna hold back on Build My List. He's gonna get a full copy of everything.
Awesome.
The Sendlane, everything that I've been talking about, everything you're going to see here in the members area, he's going to get a copy of all of it.
All right, John. Mr. Jimmy just hooked you up. Let's choose another winner.
He'll get access on Sunday night or Monday morning. So he'll kind of contact with you, Chad, and you can give him my email address, and I'll take care of it. No problem.
Perfect. All right, so, man. Let's choose our second winner.
I hope you put my system into use, and I hope you make some money off of it. So I can, and that includes everything from my coaching and training to my done free packages and everything. So anyways, I'm going to back up here, and I'm going to talk to you real quick about where we were before we got into that fun giveaway.
Hold on a minute. We got to step back. You got 2 more winners to choose.
Oh, Okay.
Okay, let's do the second winner.
All right, ready? And we got a second winner of the live giveaway.
You're killing me, brother.
Brian Foltz.
Brian Foltz. Congratulations, Brian. And you got one more, dude. The third is the charm on this show.
All right, third one's the charm. All right, so the last and final winner for today, unless I go to the fourth maybe later on, this is kind of really fun, is...
Rick Herman. All right, so congratulations, John Lawrence, Brian Foltz, and Rick Herman, and that's how we do the live giveaway. Okay, cool, Jimmy. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome. I know those three winners are going to appreciate it. But you've still got some more stuff to show us with this Build My List deal.
Yeah, so I wanna keep the transparency open and kind of share with you exactly how I've talked about this 5 steps. I don't want to tell you there's 5 steps and then keep everyone lingering, and then just sitting there and waiting. So I rather show you the 5 steps here right in the members area.
Yeah, and before you do, let me just frame it this way, guys. I am very experienced with email marketing, very successful with it, and I cannot wait to get into this Build My List because I know there's things that these guys are doing that even I don't know. Right? This is advanced stuff here. Like this is coming from some of the best in our business. So go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. So really, I'm just going to touch on each of the 5 steps, but I just want you to understand how simple the 5 steps are. The 7 steps that I'm going to teach you, how simply we put it. I've been teaching online, again, for 6 years, so I know what people need to know and how they need to be pushed in the direction, right? Just like school, right? So basically, step 1 through 5, you'll see them right here that I've got them listed right through the system here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number 1, list secrets. Very simple. I'm going to teach everyone the A to Z to list building. Basically from the start, the basics that a lot of you may know or may not know until I get to the advanced parts too with things like click tracking and email best tips and advanced marketing tips. I'm going to teach you a little bit of everything in this course. Basically, when you come out of list 1, it's not really long. I've condensed it and trained it and put it down so that it's a very simple and easy to follow system. But step 1 is designed that you just kind of watch these videos and you go, aha, I understand now. That's the whole point. I don't need you to be a pro at it. I don't need you to be at my level. I don't even need you to be at Chad's level. But I'm going to teach you a little bit of everything that Chad probably knows I know just to get you understanding it, right? But the way my system's designed is it's not designed that you need to take this and implement it. It takes it just for knowledge. I call my step 1 my knowledge step. It needs to be taught. It needs to be explained before we get into it. The second one is the profit machine. The profit machine is Sendlane. I'm going to basically tell you how to set up Sendlane and give you a little walkthrough. Very simple. Set it up, set yourself up, go through a little walkthrough demo to show you understand what it is. Step 3 is your max commissions. That's your commission programs we want you to set up. So, we recommend different things from paid to free programs out there, but because you're a new person, right? So when you're new and unknowing out there, a lot of the times a lot of people have problems finding the right affiliate programs because they're unaware, right? So Max Commissions teaches you the best affiliate programs out there. The Business Wizard is really simple at step 4. That's to build your landing pages. And here's the cool part, Chad. I'm going to give them everything they need to do for their first Business Wizard. Basically, everything from the writing to the copy to the design and the background images, everything they need to load up. All they have to do is copy and paste. It's really cool. I made it really simple. So I was telling the Chad before I started this conversation, this show, and I said, Chad, one of the things I'm always proud about is the little saying. I'm sure you've all heard the saying before. You feed a man a fish for a day. You feed a man to eat for a day. You teach a man to fish, they eat for a lifetime, right? So yes. I like to feed that man a fish, get him going, and hopefully they can understand and learn from when I fed you that fish, and you can continue to fish for yourself.
I love it.
So, kind of like a in-between scenario there. So step 4 is really that Business Wizard. It's how to build your landing pages, how to get your single one-page websites up and have everything ready, including your affiliate links, and etc. Step 5, your instant traffic triggers. I go into all sorts of traffic methods. Let's face it, Chad, I'm sure you've talked about this. Free traffic works, but paid traffic is the easiest and fastest way to make it. Right? You'll agree with me, right? So I teach you ways that you can go for the free traffic route, but I also teach you ways that you can go to paid traffic for as cheap as like $2-3 a day, $2-3 a month, $5 a month, you know, really cheap sources to the really expensive sources too as well. So I kind of drop you with all the sources, but I'm going to give you my sources. That's the coolest part. I don't hold back. I'm going to teach your students my sources, what I really use in my business to do it. Right?
So now we're not just talking about Facebook and Google AdWords, right?
No, not at all. I'm teaching you everything. I'm teaching you how I'm able to build it. I mean, I've got sources that most of your students have probably never heard of.
I believe it.
Yeah, most of your students have probably never heard of. Probably most of the people on the JV Zoo community probably don't even know about. And that's how cool it is. I mean, these are things that I actually use in my business that work. And I don't give you the fluff. I don't, you know, one thing you'll know in my training and you'll learn is I don't fluff anything. I'm not the guy that's going to fluff you. I'm just going to tell you.
If I could just put this out here, I want to get everybody's attention right now, and I hope you don't mind me mentioning this. I know for a fact, this is not something we've talked a lot about. I know for a fact that you guys had a recent campaign where you brought in 260,000 qualified leads. And everybody's come to me that's aware of this campaign going, how in the world did they do that? And I'm like, look, it comes down to traffic. And when you know traffic, that's when you can just rule the universe, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. You don't even have to have great conversions. When you're dealing with 260,000 leads, imagine what you can do. And it's all your traffic source, right? To me, I mean, the autoresponder, the 5 strategies and everything, that's awesome. But the part that has me most excited, Jimmy, is your traffic source.
Well, I'm glad. I've got traffic sources. I've got everything that you need here. Plus, I mean, I'm not going to touch on these, but these are basically, I don't know if you want to touch on these or not, but these are basically my OTOs, my upgrades that I do have available.
They want to know about OTOs on this show, yeah.
Sure. Okay,
yeah, but
so I'll teach you right now what they are, and I'll touch base on each of them, okay? So BML Elite, that's Build My List Elite. That's my Elite Inner Circle program. Basically, here's the 3 things you're going to get. You're going to get priority support. I've got my support guys are U.S.-based support people. They're local to me here in San Diego. So you're going to get direct access to them to the top of the level. We've opened up 2 support companies, one for the more basic people and one for my elite people, right? So the elite people are going to get higher level support. You're going to get 10 weeks of coaching with me and my coaches directly. So you'll see me or my coaches directly on this, teaching you strategies from list building, all about traffic, how to get more traffic, how to build your list better and quicker. And of course, I'm even going to drop my personal email address. Now, I don't have a problem with my students emailing me. As long as they respect me, I have no problem with it. You know, if you're going to send me emails with, hi, how are you and stuff, that might become more of a problem. But, you know, I'm open on my email address because if you have a question and you're stuck and my support can't help you, I want to help you because the last thing I want is you upset over it. Copy and paste profits, that's the other OTO. And basically, copy and paste profits is exactly how it sounds. I'm going to give you everything on a silver platter, everything you need, 100% done for you, hand it to you. Everything from your copywriting that you need, your best affiliate programs that you need, down to the autoresponders that you need to copy and paste into your system. And on top of that, I'm going to maximize your commissions and double your commissions by giving you 100% commissions on this Build My List. Because I believe my program is very good, I want to make sure that I can let you sell it. But I want you to sell it as your own. So what I've done is giving you 100% commissions. I'm going to let you rebrand the product, basically rebrand the front-end report, and let you sell it. My sales video and everything you can use as your own, basically, but without any of the tech skills or headaches. All you're going to do is promote it right to my page, and you're going to get 100%. So if they pay $49, you get $49. No question about it. So those aspects of it as well are my upsells. And one, I think, is $98 and one's $97. So they're not expensive by any means at all either.
Okay, so the front end, we didn't even talk about this. The front end price with the Build My List, the 90-day Sendlane autoresponder, everything we talked about, that's not a high-ticket item. You could have made it a high-ticket item. Dude, I could have sold this from a webinar with you. We could have crushed it, right? But
you know, when I first started talking, I was told, hey, why don't you sell this for $1,000, $997? What you have here is gold because anybody who follows the steps will make money online. And that's unlike most other programs out there, right? I mean, you will make money online if you just follow my steps. But I took it back. Again, remember I told you, Chad, it's not about the money for me. It's more about helping students and helping people out. So the price is $49. Really, that's how much it's going to cost, $49. You know, no surprises, no gimmicks. It's $49. There's no rebills. Really simple when you get set up to these 5 right here, these 5 things. And that includes the Sendlane includes the training, includes a landing page builder, includes even something I like to call my daily power calls. Really exciting thing I learned a long time ago in another niche is, there's nothing better than being able to get on a call at noon or 3 o'clock or something every day and just having a 5-10 minute pump up session, right? It's really fun. So I call them my daily power calls, right? So basically, you don't have to join every day. You can join every day, but we'll have them going every day. Basically, you can jump on and say, jump on, dial a number in, and basically it's a motivational kind of like thing. Hey, XXX, do this, that, this, and today you can have a more bigger, powerful day, right? It's kind of like a pump-up call. So I
That's
even
awesome.
do those. I learned those in a different niche and a different vertical, but, they work really great because there's nothing better than having someone kick your butt every morning.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's
So yeah, you get all that, and there's a lot of true value to that. Sendlane obviously has real value. People are paying out there 60, 70, 100, up to $400 a month for Sendlane every month in, month out. I'm giving your subscribers that for free. The landing page builder, for example, a lot of these companies, they charge you $30, $40, $90 a month as well. That's for free as well. It's included with Build My List. So there's a lot of real value. Just the autoresponder for 1 month costs more than the actual Build My List program. That's how cool it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I know. I'm the one paying for it, man. I know what you're charging.
That's what I actually think is really funny. I stood back and I said, well, if you just buy Build My List, you'd actually get a better deal on Sendlane than if you bought it through Sendlane directly.
Yeah, you're going to have some ticked off customers here, bud. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it helps and it hurts at the same time. So that's what you're looking at with pricing. So we can go there.
Cool. So, okay. So that's going to be $49. You're not messing with early birds or nothing else. The goal is you're going to be doing a presentation on the night before the launch, right?
Yes. So, I feel like, I'm going to be releasing a book here on Thursday. This book is all about how to build lists. Basically, to give everybody a basic knowledge base, because not everybody knows what list building is, what email marketing is. So I wrote a book basically that teaches you touches the basics on email marketing and says, hey, you should really learn this stuff just to kind of give you a little bit of an aha moment so you understand why it is. I break it down in math, tell you why it's important subscriber-wise, what each subscriber can be worth to you, and how much money you can make out of it, So it just I take the analogies and try to teach it as simple as possible. And then on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be doing a live training on probably Google Hangouts just because I expect a large turnout. And that training is going to be really cool. I want to share with you a $25,000 case study on that training. That $25,000 case study is actually right here as well. Basically, I went into a niche with no name, no brand, no network, and no tech skills. I said, I'm not even going to use my tech guys on this. I'm just going to do it all myself using Sendlane and what I've built here to prove that I can follow my own 5 steps and make money online. And within just about 14 days, I started building an $800 reoccurring stream. And I look back, and in the next month there, I built over $25,000 a month, and I continue that on to this day. And I started that last year just to prove that my system works before I even got into it.
Dude, that's a life changer right there. I know for a fact you've had students that are now earning 7 figures. I know some of these people that they're your students. So let me ask you this. Everybody's hearing this. They're saying, man, Chad, this is one of those things. It sounds too good to be true. How much money, once they spend the $49 with you, they got 3 months with Sendlane. They keep to build my listing. How much money do they need to invest in traffic? I know that's the big question they're asking right now. Is this high dollar?
It's really hard to say the exact number. It all depends on your goals, right? First of all, right? It all depends on your goals. With list building, they say there's a very soft number. It's $1 per subscriber that you have on your list, right? So it really depends on how many people you want on your list, how much your money goals are. So let's just take a hypothetical situation and say you want to make at least $300, or what do you want? Would you say $500 a week, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, so $500 a week, that's times 4, it's 2,000. You need to have about 2,000 subscribers on your list, right? So there's a lot of ways that I teach that are different than the typical way where you just spend money. So if you need 2,000, then you're going to have to spend $4,000 of what the typical standpoint is, right? Because you got to get 50% opt-in and yada, 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 without getting too technical. Well, what I teach is I teach different ways to make your subscriber list $2,000 without spending that much money. I just need you to spend a little bit of money to get the first basic customers in there, and then I teach you the little methods that you can spend $5 to get a bunch of customers, and then you spend nothing to get a bunch of customers. So I teach you a little bit different than what you would normally get used to. So that's what's inside of there. So typically, let's say if you want to make $500 a week and that's $2,000 a month, you could probably pull it off by spending $1,000, $1,500. And that's at the high side. I just want to say, and that's what it really comes down to. It could be as low as a couple $100s. It just depends on how well you utilize my tools.
Yeah. I know with list building, though, that's one of those things where you really can nickel and dime it starting out. Start emailing, and you can start getting some promotions out there, start making some money. And then if you're smart, you reinvest, right? Like I always reinvest, always, right? And then once you know what you're doing, dude, you can ramp it up like nothing else, man.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as you understand that you have reinvested, so just because you made $500 in a day doesn't mean that you want to take that. You want to reinvest it into your business, make that $500. This is the true way that you can take that $500 and double your income. You know how they always say, is there a way to double your income with an investment? This is a real way to do it. It really is, and it's almost like fail-proof. If you just follow someone who can teach you exactly what you're supposed to be doing correctly, it's really like fail-proof. You invest that $500, make it, you can double your income. You seriously can.
Dude, you have me excited. It's hard to get me excited, right? Like, I've been this 16 years, man. I'm excited again, dude. So they're going to be able to pick this up for $49. They need to be on that webinar the night before. And then OTO number 1 is the copy and paste profits. That's your super turnkey system, the 25K case study, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's going to sell for $98. Is that what you said?
Yes, $98 for copy and paste profits.
And then you have one more OTO number 2, which is your inner circle. What can you tell us about that?
Oh, I think we touched base, Chad, on that. But basically, the inner circle is $97, and it's going to give 10 weeks of live coaching and training with me and my coaches directly, where we're going to teach everything from traffic, the newest and hottest traffic sources, what we're doing in our business, Q&A, and so forth. They're going to get their priority support, right? Basically, they're going to get bumped to the top of the list of support. They've got their own support access to my support team and myself. And I'm also going to give them, of course, my email address. Now, this is obviously with respect. If I get hammered and abused, I'm probably going to pull that from everybody. But it's one of those things. I know that in the past when I'd say this and say, hey, you can have my email address, but you got to respect it. You got to respect my email. I don't need emails about complaining. Yeah. I don't like complaining, crying, and etc. But I like helping people. So if they say, hey, I built this page, can you check it out and tell me what you think about the copywriting?
Yeah.
Sure, no problem. I'm down with it. I will check it out and look at it and give you suggestions.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. So what I like is there's so many good products out there. There's guides that, teach you list building, teach you the proper way to do email marketing. But then what they do is they say, well, here's your choice. You can either go get this autoresponder, you can get this one. And then you need to come over here. You need to buy this page builder. There's never been like an all-inclusive system and training. And then on top of that, with the OTO, you're allowing them to basically resell your product as their own and rebrand the report. And like I said, the traffic sources, dude, I'm so thrilled that you're giving up the traffic sources, right?
Yeah,
because
giving you everything.
When I heard those numbers, like I've been talking to my partners and everything, and I'm like, dude, we have to figure out what their traffic sources are. Like I'm really good with webinars, dude. You give me 260,000 leads. I will do millions on that webinar, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the traffic sources are golden, dude. I'm telling you, there's so much value here with this offer, man. I'm pumped up. I know you're just going to crush this launch. We're all sitting here watching this launch because you're providing so much value and just, again, completely out of the box from what we're used to, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you've provided so much value already, but is there anything that you can leave us with before we conclude?
When it comes down to it, regardless if you join my system or join any other programs out there, one of the things that it really comes down to that I'm always like such a big advocate about, it's about taking action. All you guys who are listening to this Entrepreneur Live, I guess this is a TV show, I guess is what it is, a web show.
Internet show, yeah.
Internet show. It doesn't matter how many internet shows you watch, how many programs you buy, how many programs you buy, how many tools you have. It doesn't matter unless you take action. So one of the things I say at the end of the day is no matter what you do, even if it's my program or if it's Chad's program or someone else's program, until you take action, you're not going to see results. So just by buying my program, you're not gonna make money instantly just because you bought my program. You got to take my program. You got to do what I teach you, follow the steps, and you can make money. You can have a successful company. You're listening to Chad. You're listening about myself. You know, I'm young. I'm 33 years old, and I've been able to do things that, you know, people in their 50s can't do right now. You know, that it's an amazing lifestyle that you can build, but you can't do it without taking action. You've got to do it. You've got to take action. You've got to put things forth and put it out there in the universe. You may fail. Failing is okay, but you've got to keep at it. And when you keep at it, you can make money online. That's the coolest part. You can have a real business online. And that's one of my favorite things I tell all my friends. You got to do it. You can't just expect me to hand you everything. Just because you got a free course doesn't mean that you're going to make money online. You've got to take action. So that's all I leave you with. Take action. No matter what you do, regardless if you join my program or not, take action. That's really it.
Awesome, dude. I cannot thank you for coming on the show, providing so much value, giving us that 5-step formula. Dude, I know our subscribers are like, dude, Chad, where's the link? Open this up, right? So if they're watching this early, man, it's coming. Again, you're going to be able to pick up Build My List that has a 5-step formula. It's got Sendlane. We didn't even really get to show very much of Sendlane, dude. We're too much BS, right?
Yeah.
But
well, there's just so much to share. That's unfortunate, but yeah. I mean, touch base. That was good enough for now.
Yeah, but you're doing the webinar, man. So all the more reason to get on the webinar. He's going to discuss that 25K study on there, dude. I'll be on that webinar myself. So yeah, it's awesome. $49. Again, Jimmy, thank you so much. And then you went above and beyond with a live giveaway. I wasn't expecting that. You kind of put me on the spot. So, dude, thank you so much. And please come on the show again, would you?
Absolutely, man. I'd be happy to be on here anytime for you, man. Just let me know when you need somebody, and I'll be happy. And we can, you know, it doesn't have to be about my product. It can be about anything you want to talk about. If you just need help talking about list building or any of my other things, conversions or anything else you want, let me know. I'll be happy to get on and just shoot the what, you know, without cursing on here, but shoot the, you know.
Awesome, man. Stand-up guy, definitely somebody that I've looked up to for a very long time. The things you guys are doing just blows my mind away. So there's very few people that I actually look up to. You and your partner are one of them, somebody that I definitely like to model after. So thank you so much. And for everybody else that tuned in, thank you for taking the time. And we'll see you on another session of Entrepreneur Live. Hi there, I'm Chad Nicely. I'm the host of the show that you just got done watching, Entrepreneur Live. If you notice, throughout the show, there was a news ticker that scrolled at the bottom that it really encouraged you to join our membership. I just wanted to take a minute and tell you exactly what's included in that membership. For starters, we are privileged to special offers, products, and promotions. We can offer these to you at a substantial discount. Not only that, a lot of these opportunities usually come with exclusive bonuses. Well, when you're a part of that membership, you are the first to be notified when these promotions hit the market. Not only that, we run special webinar trainings all the time. Matter of fact, we have the Entrepreneur Live Power Session. If you're a part of this membership, you will receive an exclusive invite to that. That's where I answer any questions you have about being a successful online entrepreneur. We do it once a week. So you definitely want to be a part of the membership for that reason. In addition to that, we run special webinar promotions. When a product hits the market and it's blazing hot, well, I'm going to take the time and do a webinar, even if it's 6 o'clock in the morning for me. I'm going to show you exactly how that product works and how it's going to benefit you in your business. So when you're a part of the Entrepreneur Live membership, well, guess what? That's included. But probably the best part of all, this is why everybody has joined this membership, is because we give away the house. Every single time we do a show, every single time we do a webinar presentation, well, guess what? We're always giving stuff away. And my guests are always giving stuff away. It can be the front-end product. It can be a coaching program. The list goes on and on. I've actually seen guests give away the whole entire funnel. And all you got to do is be a part of that membership. The good news is you don't even have to be live on the call. You don't even have to be watching the show. You can be sound asleep in your bed. We can be over here doing the show in the States, and you can wake up to an email that says, hey, congratulations, you just won this really awesome deal. And there's one more perk. When you're a part of the Entrepreneur Live membership, you're going to receive an exclusive invite where you can watch our interviews live. That means you can see all the bloopers, you can see all the mistakes, everything that happens live, and we do screw up before we go and polish the actual tape. All right? Great opportunity. Entrepreneur Live is where it's happening. You should see a button down below this video. The membership is currently free. There's no enrollment fee, so there's no reason why you would not go and join this membership. I want to thank you so much for watching the show today, and hopefully I'm going to be seeing you on another session of Entrepreneur Live. Thank you.